Okay, let's go over some basic grammar and writing rules. When you read through this, I have made this bold so that you can look at what's going on. Is reading means he's doing it now. So today Samuel is reading a book. Samuel is a boy, so he is reading. So you can also write he is reading. Okay, but just to look at the story, what you can do is you're trying to follow as much as you can about whether it's past tense or present tense. So if he's reading a book, that means he's doing it now. Okay, he's in the action. If it's today and he stopped reading, let's say it was an hour ago, you would say today Samuel was. But this means that it's still happening. It's still going on. So you read here, today Samuel is reading a book. He had read this book before today. Now he is reading page 88 of the book. He likes the subject. The topic concerns a boy trying to find his way home during a blistering cold winter. In the book, the boy John can only see above him. There is too much snow to see directly in front of him, so he looks toward the sky. He hears a bird calling. John thinks the bird is an owl. He believes that it is close to night. John keeps walking toward the sky until he runs into a block of ice. The ice froze on the mountain. John cannot get through the mountain. He knows he must turn around, but his father once told him to walk straight to get to the ocean. If he arrives at the ocean, he can find a ship. The ship may have passengers that can help him arrive home. Now that's a lot of verbs and that's a lot of reading. So let's go on to the next slide and look at what's happening. Also, as you're reading this, you want to do something called, on the TOEFL, they'll say fluency. When you get ready to speak, they want to make sure that your fluency is fluid. And a fluid is something like this Coke bottle, something that comes out at a regular level. And when it comes out constantly until it's done. So you have to talk fluently. And fluency is a noun. But people will say you should speak fluently. So you're supposed to speak fluently. And that's an adverb. So this is an adverb. Speak fluently is what you call an adverb. We'll go over these parts of speech in other videos, but and it can also be an adjective, but it's fluently. So if you were to say, today, Samuel is reading a book, you're not being fluent. So if you say, today, Samuel is reading a book, okay, you get a slight pause because of this comma. So today, Samuel is reading a book. He had read this book before today. Now, he is reading page 88 of the book. That is what is called fluency. the way the paragraph is written, you should be able to go from one topic to the next. So you have a book here, and you read the book before today. So you're getting into a background. Now he's reading page 88 of the book. So we know enough about the book. And then you move on to, he likes the subject. The topic concerns a boy trying to find his way home during a blistering cold winter. So each sentence is building on the other. So that's how you get fluency when you're writing. Now, when you are writing, grammar is very important because the grammar has to match. You have to have your subjects and your verbs match. So you have to have, excuse me there, subject verb agreement. And how do we get subject verb agreement? We will go over this, but I want you to look at these and you will see these on the next slide. When you talk about subject verb agreement, you might see it like this, SV. It just means subject verb agreement. And when you talk about subject verb agreement, you are talking about how each subject is. So let's start with some basics. Samuel is reading. That's he is. And here's an example for you. He is going to school. He is reading. See how I put the present tenses, the present progressives, excuse me, of the present tense in black? A boy trying. To see is normal. I see. You see. He sees. Traditionally, he came first, but I put the female version here. Sees. The point is that you get that he, she, it kind of change. Sees. So I hope you're starting to see your tenses. Now you go back here and you go, we see. But here's the deal. You all see. You all means like three of you. So you all are all my students. And thank you for commenting, by the way. Some of you gave me some very good feedback, which made me want to think about you all and write this video. They see. You see what I mean? You have a basic structure that you're looking at. And if you can remember the verb tenses and how English works, that if you change it to see, and let's say you use this word turn, okay? I turn. I turn the corner in my car. She turns. So do you see that the S still stays there? She turns her car now. It's a different tense if you say past tense. But now you're getting subject verb agreement. You have to keep present present, and you have to make the past the past. Okay, this is called here the past. It's like an infinitive past. It's not progressive, but it's an infinitive past. It's like a participle. We're going to get that. If you really want to keep this in the past progressive, you would say he had been reading. But if you're really a basic beginner to English writing and structure, I don't want to go over this right now because it's a headache. It really is. He had been reading. Some of your other languages have this, like French and Spanish. I'm not really sure about people who speak Bangla or Hindi or, Urdu or any of the other languages that have watched this channel in the past. But this is how English is, and it's very pesky, so I want to stay here. Here you have this. Let's take a look at this. He knows. See how I said there's an S at the end? Now, see how there's an S at the end? He knows he must turn around, but his father once told him to walk straight to get to the ocean. Now, if this weren't an I, and it was you, the person, you would say, I know. I'm trying to get it in red. I know. I know how to drive. I know how to read. See, there's no S. So as long as you can see it, but the rest, except for these three guys, she, he, and it. It's pretty standard. Past tense, I was, you were. Here's your irregularity. The rest are she was, we were, and then you're here. See how you have to have your own way of memorizing this because the rules turn around. And a lot of people who speak this language will get this confused. But on the TOEFL, they're going to ask you what is the correct tense. So if I were you, I'd spend some time going over this. Okay, this is pretty much it. And when you get a chance, go over how this works and read through this. And in the next video, I'm going to put some questions. And I'm going to take these sentences and I'm going to ask you, is this present tense, past tense, or how do I correct it? Hope that sounds fair to you.